Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Marte. I come from Norway and I love makeup, and today I'm going to be testing out the Neon Pastel Matte Palette by Glam Shop. It looks like this on the inside and I'm really excited to be using it because it has a lot of really colorful shades. And I also got 3 pigments from Siwson Sparkles as PR and I'm so in love with them. So I'm just going to show you some footage that I took of it earlier so you can see the different shades. So I have one that is green, it's called Mystic Spell, and it has a gorgeous shift from, it has like an almost warm base and then it shifts to blue, so it's just such a special gold, green, blue pigment. And then I also have one that is called Aurora, which is a blue pigment, but it has shifts from pink to purple to green. And then I also have the shade that's called Barbie, which is a pink to gold, and I think it shifts a little bit of green and blue, but like you can just see on the swatches that I will put up here that they are so shifty and it's very visible even without using a flash like I'm doing in some of these swatches. I think I will put up this flash right here so you can see all the shifts both in regular and with flash lighting. And then I'm also going to show you the swatches of the Neon Pastel Matte Palette before I go into the tutorial of the look that I'm wearing right here. Here we have all of the colors swatched out, and as you can see they're so pigmented. Obviously I built this up just because I'm going to take some photos afterwards with the palette, but like they're so pigmented. I did not have to like build up. I'm just going to swatch like the pink on the back of my hand so you can see like all of them swatch like this. So they are incredibly pigmented from my experience right now in this video. They blend out gorgeously as well, and I think I might want to depot this just because it's such a good selection of mattes, and I think I could make a lot of beautiful custom palettes using some of these in them. So here you can see a little bit more close-up just to see how the formula looks. It's super matte and they are extremely bright and beautiful. But now that you've seen the swatches, then let's just get going to the tutorial where I'm using some of these. Okay, so at this point I'm not really sure yet if I should make 2 different looks because I really want to play with both pigments. Like I would love to play with all 3, but I'm not going to make 3 looks, that's for sure. But I'm definitely going to use the blue one, so I think I will just start by using like these 3. So I think what I will do is like go from this one to this one to this one towards the inner corner. So I'll put this one in the outer crease, and I'm going to use my E30 brush by Sigma, and I'm just going to place that in the crease. So since I am working with pigments, I wanted to use a very light base, so I have the Urban Decay Freebase on right now. And yes, I do have this big monster inside my brow. Sorry, but that's life. I will... oh, wow, this is so pigmented. But I am going to like wing it out a little bit. And I think maybe I'll actually use that second shade as like the transition shade instead, because it's a little bit lighter than the... like at least this one. This one is quite a lot deeper than the other 2. And I think this could really look good with that more minty transition. And wow, it's also blending out super easily. This is really getting winged out, but I hope it will look good in the end. So I'm going to use the green one. It's such a beautiful green. Like I love this kind of green colors. And like the patch you can see here, it's definitely due to my eye swatches that I did, because my eyes got so sore. If you haven't already seen it, I did eye swatches of the Club Nebula palette by Kaleidos Makeup and Angelica Nyqvist. So I can leave a card up here so you can check that out if you want. I feel like I'll be talking about those eye swatches in all my videos now just because it affected my eyelids so bad. It's really rough on the eyes to remove makeup many times after each other. This green is also really beautiful. I feel like it's maybe a little bit more sheer than the blue, but it looks like I'm able to build it up a little bit. And it seems to be blending really beautifully into the blue. Now I'm taking the shade that was in the middle of those two, and I'm just going to apply that like on the edge of this deeper blue and just blend it into the green right here. Okay, and now I'm starting to go way too far up, so I really need to put some setting powder soon so that I don't... Ooh, I think I'm ruining this. So I'm just using my Glam Shop HD setting powder, and I'm just trying to really mattify the primer. It is a very dry primer, but still the shadows will grip onto it. I think I really did a mistake here by dragging that there. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks quite a bit darker than the green. Use this one also in the middle of those two, just to be able to like play around what I did right here. Oopsie. And now of course I'm going back into the shades that I first used, just to make sure I have the pigmentation of those. Like, I don't know if you can see how like opaque these shadows are. That's what I love even about like the lighter shades from Glam Shop. They're so opaque, so they're really nice to blend on top of each other, and especially the light ones. If you like have a harsh blend on the deeper shades, you can just use the lighter ones because they will kind of like cover up whatever kind of unevenness you might have. So I'm just going to go back into that green shade, and I think it's kind of due to that patch that I have here that it looks a little bit deeper there. So I think I might be able to fix it by adding a little bit more of this green. Yeah, you can definitely like see how well this blends into the blue, so it's just deeper here because of that patch. So it definitely wasn't the shadow's fault. So I think I'm pretty happy with how this is looking this far. I feel like the colors kind of got a little bit weird when I went into that transition shade. I wish I would have just stuck to the blue and the green, but that's life. I'm going to do the same thing with my other eye, and then I will be going in with those, or I think I'll just use one of the pigments. I just added the Glam glue, as you can see, because it's like messing up the pigments underneath. So I'm going to tap on the shade Aurora. That is such a gorgeous pigment. I think I will try to like tap on some of the mattes on the edge, just because the Glam glue, like, I don't even know if you can see that, but I hate it when I have like a slightly deeper edge where the shimmer goes. So I'm just going to see if I can add a little bit of those mattes. Like, this eye is so screwed already just because of my texture on the lid, but we're trying to make it work. I'm definitely going to have to photograph this eye instead. And I think that is it for the top. So I'll finish the rest of my makeup and come back for the lower lash line as usual. So this was really just by coincidence, but I'm using like the palette of my February tarot. If you haven't seen it already, I can leave a link for that. But there I have the shade right here. It's called Soaring to the Sun from Tammy Tanuka, and it's literally the same as, like, it's so similar. Obviously I didn't swatch that one with glitter glue, so that's why it's looking less intense, but you can see the shifts are exactly the same. And yeah, I love that color. These are so beautiful, but there you actually have a dupe, and it looks like it's fully on a dupe. That was so by coincidence, but I just wanted to show you. So I finished my face makeup. I ended up using my blush and bronzer from Glam Shop. I will leave the names down below in my description box because they're Polish. And then I ended up using Emme Cosmetics Sidereal, which is this gorgeous teal highlighter for my cheeks, and I'm ready to go in with something for my lower lash line. So first I was planning to use that Barbie pigment, but I really want to use the green one because it's so beautiful. So I'm going to just pack that green pastel all over my lower lash line, and then I'm going to use some Glam glue and then go in with Mystic Spell, which was this gorgeous green pigment. I had to take a break earlier just because my puppy wanted to play. And I'm just going to see if I can put some of the videos here, because I took a lot of videos and photos of him, and he was just so funny. He made the funniest faces and his teeth are just growing out, so they looked so funny. So I'm kind of curious how the white shade from the pastel palette looks and how opaque it is, so I'm actually going to use that for my inner corner. Now I'm just applying it dry. No base whatsoever. And that is very white. I'm actually going to have to take a, a blending brush. I'm just going to use the one that I had with my setting powder that I used to disperse like the mattes there. Wow, this is really pigmented. Like, imagine even using just a base with this one, like a normal eye primer, that would probably make this super opaque. That is my finished look using the Neon Pastel Matte palette, and I really like how they apply. They're super pigmented, they blend super easily, and I love the different colors that you get in the palette, because you have some that are a little bit deeper and some that are lighter, and I love that there is a super pigmented white matte as well. As for the pigments, they are so sparkly, they're very finely milled, and I love the shifts in them. They are so shifty, they're like multi-chromes. So I'm so grateful for Evelina for sending them to me. I will definitely get a lot of use out of these, and I'm going to press them and leave a little bit left. I'm just going to leave a little bit of the loose pigment left, because then I can use it loose as well as use them for my nails, for example, so I really want to have the opportunity to do that. And she did actually end up giving me a code, because I got this small little handwritten note from her, and it says that I have a code that is called Marta10. So if you want to purchase some of the pigments and get a small discount, then I definitely recommend you to use that. I totally have my eyes on some of the other pigments that she has, and I will definitely put them on my wish list. She just came out with like a gorgeous gold, almost multi-chrome, I think. I could leave a picture up of it right here so you can see it. And yeah, they have some others that I also think are so beautiful, and I'm definitely looking forward to placing an order there whenever I have the money to do so. But I think that is it for this video. I hope that you liked it. If you did, then please give this video a thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. I do a lot of content on single shadows, I do a lot of tutorials and custom palettes, so if you're interested in seeing that, then subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!